Honk.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Arvanauts. Welcome, everyone, to a Tuesday stream. It is July 28th, as we are closing in at the end of the month of July, heading into the last month of August, the last month of summer, which is August, before we get what's going to be a very eventful fall, I think, in a lot of different ways, just with a variety of things. Man. Things that are going on, I'll tell you what, it's crazy. But I hope everyone is doing well and is looking forward to some awesome fun today with some Kingdoms of Amalur. I am very excited to get back to this game. And yeah, exactly, time for Scum and Villainy. Yeah, exactly. I'll talk about that in just a minute. As you can see, we are once again not doing Star Wars Scum and Villainy, and I'll talk a little bit about what all that is all about in just a moment. But before I do that, just a couple of reminders about ways to support us here on the stream. If you haven't done so already, please follow us here on the channel. Please support us by checking out the YouTube with !ArvTube, the Twitter with !ArvTweets, the Discord with !ArvCord. Thank you, Echo. You can find all of that on our website, which is arvaneleron.com. On the financial side of things, !Arv Shop is my merchandise area where you can grab stuff for the Infinity and Beyond crew and Adventures in Middle-earth. And I'm going to talk more about AIME in just a moment when I get to talking about the schedule. You can also support us by checking out the Patreon, !Arvtreon. That makes a big difference to the channel. Cool stuff for yourself and cool stuff for the channel, and cool stuff for inspirations for the players and things like that. So there's a lot of different things that the Patreon does, and it really does help. So please consider supporting us over there. And also please consider supporting us by checking out that sub button right below the video window, which allows you to get those custom sub emotes and those custom sub badges and all that kind of good stuff. So please consider jumping on board to help us out there as well. And then on the publishing side, we have Icarus, which is for my Icarus and Jelinek graphic novels coming out from Athos Arts. Again, more details about that in just a moment when I talk about the schedule. Library is Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library, which is currently on sale for $9.98 when it would normally be $20. So the PDF is on sale over there on the Drive-Thru RPG website. And soon we're going to have print editions of this coming out, which I'm very excited about. The print editions are just about finished, basically making sure these are going to be gorgeous hardcover editions, like not just hardcover, but the paperback. These are going to be gorgeous editions that are coming out, and we really wanted to make sure that they were right. And Alligator Alley has done a great job with these, and so they are coming. Obviously, this would have been a lot sooner if we were not affected by a global pandemic, but that has affected everything, as you folks know. So it is coming, and it's going to be awesome when it does. And then we have !Grayshade KS. For more details about my Grayshade Kickstarter, again, I will be announcing in a couple of weeks about whether that's going to be happening in October or in February. Really depends on manufacturing, not on my side, but it depends on manufacturing stuff, which is, not even in the company's control. It's what's happening overseas. And so, again, we're looking forward to stuff. We're moving in the right direction, and it will either happen October or February, but I'll know for sure about that in a couple of weeks. Now, a couple of notes about schedule. Today, we have got Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, which I haven't played for a few weeks, so I'm looking forward to getting back into that. And then I will be over on GOG with some Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Blood and Wine as I continue that DLC. Then tomorrow night, I am happy to say that it looks like I'm going to be able to add another. In fact, let me just quickly pop up my Discord here to make sure, because I promised myself I was going to check this first. But I think, let me just confirm. Hang on a second. Stay on target. One moment here. Okay. I just responded to you, Helness, by the way, as well. Okay. There's that. Right. So... Okay, sorry. So we have happening tomorrow. I just had to confirm that all this was the case, and it indeed was all the case. I am happy to say that tomorrow evening, we are going to have a return to the cooperative Destiny shenanigans, which is Destiny 2 tomorrow evening. I will be playing with my good friends Zach Clay and GC Darkside Rob. So we are going to be playing together, the three of us, in these Destiny shenanigans, and it's going to be a great time. That's happening tomorrow night because usually I don't stream on Wednesdays, but actually the family is away on a camping trip for a couple of days. I have appointments here, including a dentist appointment on Thursday, so I couldn't go. And so I am doing a lot of writing, and I'm getting a chance to add in a little bit of an extra stream. So that's going to be happening tomorrow. It'll be PS4, Hillness. Happening on PS4. So that's going to be happening tomorrow evening as the three of us co-op this game. It's going to be great. So that's happening tomorrow because Community D&D has been postponed until next Wednesday. So that's why we're able to do this Wednesday. So today we have got Kingdoms of Amalur, then The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Blood and Wine. Then Wednesday we've got that co-op event with Zach Clay and GC Darkside Rob and myself in the evening. And then Thursday we will be off. And then Friday I will be back with Esper Genesis in the evening. And then Saturday we have our special event, which I have mentioned before. And that special event is at 7 p.m. Eastern. There will be an officially Gen Con approved and promoted event, which will be a reading of Athos Arts titles. It will begin with EDE Bell at 7 p.m. Eastern. She's going to be doing a reading of an upcoming work from Athos Arts, and then I will be here. I mean, I'll be here all the time, but I will be then doing a reading myself at 7:30 of Icarus and Jelinek. I will be sharing some screenshots, some of the pages with you, so you can see some of this spectacular and gorgeous art. And we'll do that until 8 p.m., and then at 8 p.m. Eastern, I will return to Kingdoms of Amalur, and that will wrap up a very busy but exciting July as we lead into August. So that's what we've got going on. I'm very excited about that. Yeah, not to install Destiny 2 and a third thing. Yeah, I hear that, man. Someday we'll have at least they have cross save, but I would love them to have cross play anyway. So that's what we've got going on as far as all of that is concerned. Now, let me get rid of this. And then I want to talk about two other things. This, and then let me turn on that. Okay. Hi, everyone. Whoa, it's a little low. That's much better. Hello, everybody. Good to see you all. I have the light out in my room at the moment because it is currently, let me see, it is right now 91 degrees outside. It is super hot here in the big city. And so I don't want to be hot. So I've got my fan on. You can see the fan blades moving right over there. And I've got the light off for as long as I can. Now, if the lighting gets worse, then I'll have to deal with that. But otherwise, I would rather be comfortable in stream for all of you than be lit and be hot, like lit up, like on fire, you know? Oh, my God, Hillness. 175. Jesus, dude. Hillness, do you realize that even when I was hospitalized for heart arrhythmia, that my heart rate never reached that? My heart rate got up to like 160, which is the worst I've ever felt, ever, honestly. And they were like, oh, your heart's in great shape. And they were like, we're more worried about people who have a 30 sort of BPM mode. Man, the bots are really going hardcore here. Go away, M. Chelsea, never return. Anyway, but that rate is crazy, man. Gotta be careful. Too high a heart rate. I want to make sure everyone is safe and, healthy and doing all that kind of good. Now the bots are scared. What's up, Dragon Spear? Good to see you, man. So yes. Anyway, so that's what we've got going on now. Just a couple of notes that I want to make here. First of all, I want to emphasize !BLM, which is Black Lives Matter. I saw that Echo linked that before. Again, this is something which we have put a lot of focus on this channel over the last 4 to 5 weeks, and we're going to be continuing to put focus on, actually the last couple of months, and we're going to continue to put focus on going forward. This is not a, okay, well, we did it for a couple of weeks, so now we're good. That's not how this works. We're going to continue to talk about this subject, and so please go and check that out, !BLM, and that will bring you to a card which is continually updated with a variety of resources. And as I keep saying, I always double check to make sure, but they are doing such a great job updating that resource that I don't think it's my job to get in the way and offer other ones when that is such an awesome resource on its own. So I will continue to monitor it, but it is a list of educational resources, of places where you can donate, of information for both yourself and if you're teaching your kids or friends or family, just lots of different things, even like practical things about how to put together functional protest equipment and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. So anyway, you can find that over on that website, !BLM, for details about that. The second thing I want to talk about very quickly is just a note about scheduling here on Star Wars Scum and Villainy. The reason that this keeps getting rescheduled, we have had a couple of things. I don't want to get into great detail here, but schedule issues relating to some medical stuff with people, and just there's nothing serious. Everyone's fine, but it's just the kind of thing where we really, really don't want to get this thing underway until we have a full group. And we've continually had issues where we've had a couple of people, one or person or whatever, who hasn't been able to come for a particular session, and we just don't want to do the session one where we really get underway unless we have the full group there. So we are talking amongst ourselves about whether there's a way to reschedule this to a time that's more suitable for everybody involved, so that this might be more likely to actually get off the ground. And failing that, we might end up having to shelve the Star Wars Scum and Villainy thing and to do a second thing, which we've been talking about, that is a joint Speculate Twitch event. The Blades in the Dark one continues to go along like clockwork, so that's been fine. But this one has just been snake bit, and we've just had real difficulty kind of getting this thing moving. And we really want to, and I personally don't want to keep announcing an event which never happens. Like, that's not cool for me either. So I'm pretty sure that we are going to have, within the next couple of days, a decision made about whether we're going to try to stick it out and do this again and, start again with a Tuesday morning thing, or if we're going to try to move this to another time. Maybe that would be Tuesday evening, which is not optimal for me, but that's something we could maybe do, maybe during a weekend, something like that. So we're still working on it. I apologize for all the false starts on this, but, it is what it is, and we're trying to get to the point where we can actually do this reliably. And so, yeah. But the good news about all of that is that it means that I do get to play some Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, which I have been away from for too long, and I am looking forward to actually getting a chance to play that. So 180 beats per minute. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm trying to think. I mean, I just don't think my speed ever got that high on my heart rate. I mean, normally my heart rate, when I first wake up, right, my heart rate is probably about 60, 61. And sort of normally my heart rate is about, if I'm walking around normally, 78 to 82, 83. If I, and then if I do, if I were playing tennis or I was walking around, my exertion would be higher. But I feel like the heart per minute rate, the beat per minute rate would be like at most like 140, 145, like never gets that high. Like that's just, yee. So yeah, that's the deal. You signed up for 3 events. So what camp? I don't know what you guys are talking about, but you can tell me as I switch over. So with that said, your resting is like 80 to 90. Well, if I were sort of exerting myself and doing stuff, and then I just sit down, like actually, you know what I happen to have in front of me? I got one of these handy dandy little things. This is a pulse oximeter, in case you don't know what that means. And this shows you the pulse rate, and it also shows you your oxygen level, your blood oxygen level. So, actually, I've been sitting here, but I've been talking to each other. I'm going to guess that this is mid-70s right now. Nope, it's actually high 70s. Actually, no, that is mid-70s. 75, and my blood oxygen level is 96. 97. So, these things are pretty neat, by the way. They're easy to get, they're not expensive, and they are useful because even if you don't detect a fever, if all of a sudden your blood oxygen level drops below a certain point, then you need to be aware of the implications of that. So, pretty useful. And it's pretty neat, too, because all it really does is just shine a light basically through your fingertip, and the oxygen saturated, more or less oxygen saturated blood shows up differently in terms of light than the non-oxygen saturated blood, basically. And so it can show you how much of it is oxygen saturated by doing something like that. So it's pretty cool. Hey, what's up, Bruno? Oh, yeah. I mean, listen. Well, and the heart is an amazing thing. Like the amount that it can actually take and function. If you think that thing has got to keep going for 100+ years, and apparently what they say is that a lot of times the heart, if you could deal with other issues of aging, could actually keep going for a lot longer than that. And so, yeah, it's pretty neat. Like these things are pretty cool. So anyway, that's what mine usually is. Hey, what's up, Gohenshin? So with that said, though, let us head over to the computer and let us get started up with this. Ah, that's right. But it's able to identify it within the system, which is pretty cool. Yep. Yep. Oh, the European time zone friendly campaign. No, that's fine. It's fine for you to ask about that. That again, honestly, Echo, just being completely honest, that is completely about when Pyron Jade is able to do it, because she's the GM, and Pyron has just had a ton, I mean, a metric ton of family stuff. Again, nothing awful, but it's just, she has 2 kids, and like there's just a bunch of stuff that they have to deal with. So that's honestly all that's waiting for. I stopped putting it up there on the list. Actually, I don't know. I just keep kicking it down the road because I hate to delete it completely. I'm excited for it to start. I really am, but it's completely up to when Pyron Jade's capable, and she just hasn't been able to do it because of a variety of factors. So that's honestly all that is. I'm excited for it, but it is what it is. Oh, speaking of that, there's 2 other things I wanted to mention. First of all, I wanted to remind everybody that next month, we are going to have the new Brandon O'Brien campaign of his punk rock game is going to be debuting on the channel. No date for that set as of yet, but it is going to be happening in August, so I will know more about that in about a week or so. And the other thing is that a week from today, we will have our new Adventures in Middle-earth session, and that Adventures in Middle-earth session is going to have a big surprise for everybody, so you will not want to miss it. That is going to be happening, I believe, at noon Eastern, our usual start time for that campaign, and you will not want to miss that. It is going to be a big surprise. You'll want to be here next Tuesday. That's going to be good times. But yeah, she hides away at least once a month. Yeah. No, I mean, and she loves it. I mean, listen, Pyron actually has, was the one who wanted us to play more, which I'm certainly not going to complain about. You folks know how much I love D&D. But she was the one who wanted to play more, but it's also easier for her. Well, that time frame, she has to stay up late to do that. Like, it's crazy late for her in Germany. But that time frame, in terms of her workload, isn't bad because I'm the one doing the DMing, right? Like, the DM stuff is the real heavy lifting. Again, the players are amazing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they don't do any work, but like, realistically, the DMs do the bulk of the work in these things. And so game mastering and dungeon mastering is a whole other occupying of the headspace that she wouldn't have if she were GMing her own thing, which is what the whole War of the Burning Sky is. So again, when we first announced it, she was pretty confident that she'd be able to get it started at the time that we said. But then the roof fell in, not literally, and she just had a bunch of other stuff she had to deal with. So I am honestly just waiting on her. It's still, I'm still planning on having it happen. I'm still excited for it to happen, but it's when she's ready to do it, basically. I only agreed so I wouldn't feel the wrath of GogCon boss lady. There you go. Oh, new player introduction. I can't say anything about this, Rudnell. I'm going to give away too much. But speculations are great, Nothing wrong with speculating. Right. Exactly, Rudnell. Oh, that's no problem, Dragon. That's okay. Yeah, I was following that mod thing, and that was pretty funny. I was just kind of like, what? Because I never said, let me just be clear, I never said anything about any of that. I think that's actually online. I think. What? No, we want tutorial complete. Okay, there we go. I was like, wait, what? Let's go with Plains of Arethel. Yeah, no, listen, oh no, chat, I blame chat. You know what we're supposed to do, chat. Before we start this game, you know the drill. We have to do the widescreen fixer. If we don't do the widescreen fixer, then the game does not look as awesome. Have to do the widescreen fixer. Okay. Now it's up and running. Now we can do this. Speculation or wild conspiracy. I'll take any of it, Arenth. I'd rather have people wildly speculate about the tabletop game release on my channel rather than wildly speculate about stuff that doesn't work against coronavirus, for instance. The game needs the glam. Yeah, well, the thing is, though, the widescreen fixer needs to be running first. I guess I could set up in the shortcut command, do a little batch file where it starts the widescreen fixer and then there's like a 10-second pause. All I really need to do is just remember it. Like, it takes 2 seconds to do it. It's not, it's not a big thing, but... Okay, where were we? Yeah, batch file. Wait, are you saying that there's a re-reckoning file? Is that what you folks are saying? You're not saying that, are you? How we doing on the sound, folks? Oh, man, I miss the music in this game. Okay. What the hell am I doing? I haven't played this in literally almost a month. Sound is good? Cool. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Pilgrim's Setback. Oh my god, we have so much stuff. You're right. I don't do tasks because that's just mostly fetch things. Treasures of Calm. Track Crest down and get my revenge. Recover the Lost Scrolls. Okay. What are these Lost Scrolls? Pilgrim Stoles were stolen by a pack of kobolds en route to the Mulrain Ruins. The owner will pay for the return of all the Lost Scrolls. Alright, let's do that first then. Oh, yeah? That's funny. Well, no, like, honestly, part of the reason is when you do a lot of different types of games... It's not always as easy as just saying, like, I noticed this. I have a batch command, basically, is what it is, on my Elgato Stream Deck. And, when you start up a command, like, I have literally a little thing that says the Arvin Eleron logo on it. And you press the Arvin Eleron logo, and it starts up Twitter. It starts up Chatty. It starts up my little notepad thing that I keep notes on. Starts up my audio files folder. It fires up my Twitch dashboard so I can update the Twitch dashboard. It does all the stuff that I used to have to individually do, so it's really convenient for that. But there are things that change with it. Like, it used to be that I would always start up Steam. Now I only use Steam some of the time. I use it for this game, but a lot of the time I obviously I'm launching everything through GOG Galaxy, and I pretty much launch everything through GOG Galaxy, but some of the games are GOG and not Steam related and stuff. So the problem with batch files is that sometimes, like, there are changes in my startup protocols that I can't just easily subdivide and say, oh yeah, well today I'm doing this and today I'm doing that. Like, yes, there are things I need more often as part of my tabletop role-playing stream stuff as opposed to my video game stream stuff, but it's not an automatic hard and fast rule, basically. Oh, hello. Convenient. Mm-hmm. Right, I did that. I'm definitely keeping up with the dragon for sure. Oh, thank you, Koala. I appreciate that, man. The stylish sorcerer. Nice. I'll take that. The acronym for which is TSS. Is the audio too loud? I can drop it if need be. Man, I've forgotten. Okay. Starting to get it come back to me. Let me actually... No, that's right. On my end. Okay. That sound, by the way, whenever you hear the dun da 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 and all that stuff, That's because I'm using my switcher, my super useful switcher, which switches from keyboard to mouse. Sorry, keyboard and mouse, I beg your pardon, from one computer to the other. So, very useful. Oh, shoot. Damn it. Well, all right. That. Well, I mean, yeah, you could mute the system sounds if you wanted to, but... Wait, is this not... Oh, I gotta go around. Alrighty. That is run. Oh, hi there. Whoa! That's what I needed to do earlier than I did it. Fortunately, my guy's pretty slick. Glog, what's going on, man? Yep, I heard about that. There were 60% genetically identical to a banana. I think Arudinel I've always felt relatively appealing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just wait for it. The joke will get better. Oh, hi. Insert joke using potassium as a pun. Why do I not? Busy and busy and busy and lurking, of course. So is it the good kind of busy? I guess I would ask Glog. It's the like productive kind of busy where you feel good about the busyness. You know what I'm saying? Ah, Mulrain. Yes, that's where the kobolds were. What's going on here? Why can I not? Oh, there we go. Man, I don't know about these anciently in us. Oh, robust armor, huh? How robust is robust, I wonder. Good, good, good. Is there a good kind of dizzy? Well, yeah, if it's our dizzy plays, he's always a good dizzy. For sure. Robust armor. Unfortunately, I have other much better armor. Okay. Let me go get this chest, and then I will come back, and I will hit up that dungeon. Loot sack. Oh! I got Callus's notes. On the history and nature of the Fae. In the famous Godstorm, or Withering War, Lord Issa took up the ancient cursed Talisman of Fate, a powerful but treacherous magical artifact of the heroic age Seelie clan champions, and came upon Lord Own and his warband in the fogs and quicksands of the shadowy plains. Lord Issa, Lord Own, and their warbands fought for hours in confusion until most of their supporters were dead and both Issa and Own were terribly wounded. At last, Issa took a mortal wound, and Own, thinking himself the victor, left Issa alone to die. But the gravely wounded Issa gave his page the Talisman of Fate and sent him after Own. I see. Need that wrist brace? Yeah. Okay, that was a task that I wasn't even trying to do because... Okay, these scrolls I have to get. Okay. Oh, wait. That scared the heck out of me. I saw Reginald there and... Oh, of course. I agree on all that score, Glog, yeah. And of course, Bob Salvatore as the writer helps for sure. I have definitely been enjoying it. There we go. Local map. Uh-huh. This way and down. Come on, Reginald. I love that, you know, blow. Got a level up coming up too. Aha, I found one of the lost scrolls. And so Veckrith, god of scorn, stole into the glade. From behind a tree he beheld Aurelia, goddess of love and beauty in all her splendor. From that day he took ill, pining for her. This foolish phase will fade away, Belen said. All things do. You must conquer this weakness, said Théoden. All is struggle and victory. But Aurelia had seen Veckrith in the glade, though he had not known it. Long had his disdainful distance filled her heart with painful longing. Now she had cracked his shell. So she spoke to Lupoku, and Lupoku whispered in Mitharu's ear, telling him the 7 singing bells had fallen out of harmony. Mitharu, ever thick-winted, set out on the 4-day journey to visit every bell. Unwatched, Aurelia crept off to Veckrith, and there they unveiled to each other their holy numinous ineffabilities, and so they were wed. That's how that happens, by the way. Before you get into a serious relationship, you have to unveil to each other your holy numinous ineffabilities. Just try that pickup line once. Be like, hey, baby, want to see my holy numinous ineffability? I'm sure it'll go super well. Love and hate are married to this day, and the fools who cling to Mitharu's name rage at the holy union to this day. For truly they are sealed shut, and their hearts are cold as stone. Reginald the 20th, yeah, pretty much. All right, level up time. So, my persuasion is already maximized. We're going to continue to detect hidden. We're working on that next. We want to get that up maximum. Okay, now, look at all the sorcery points, okay. I will up that. Okay, he's now maximum. All right, and this one I think we can do more damage in. So punishing air follow-up. I might do 1 point in that just to unlock that dodge. Yeah. But then I want to continue and work on this because this like mega damage is going to be crazy. That's going to be great when that happens. This thing up here, but it's not there yet. Okay. Lovely. Sorcery. Sorcerer tier 6. I need 76 points right now. I am but a sage. But soon, 76. Alright, so I should have gotten a new move out of that. Ooh, that's pretty sweet. So you dodge into a blow. Kazbap! Nice. No, actually, I have not heard about that, Hilness. That's actually new to me. It's called Avowed? Look at that. That's pretty sweet. Nice. Okay, well, we're about to try it. No, I have not heard about that one, Hilness. Avowed. I have to check that out. Damn it. Whoa! That's sweet, look at that! Check this out, wait. Wow. Oh, he's too far away. Wow. Rival to Unavowed. Oh, during the Xbox event. Is it only that, though? I mean, is it only Xbox? Or is it PC? And so Vecra... Oh. It's the same scroll. The heck? They stole the same scroll? They're like, I like that so much, I want to steal it again. Come on now. Yeah, I mean, like... I mean, I don't know. I'm definitely... The PS5 thing is absolutely on my radar screen, but... I have an Xbox 360. I don't know. I liked playing Bastion on it. But... And we played a couple of other things, like my family and I, but truthfully, most of the stuff with Xbox was just not... It was whatever, you know. PlayStation has always been a much more interesting console, and the Switch. The Switch has been great. But as long as they could get a freaking virtual console or the equivalent up, so I don't have to keep going back to the Wii U again. Hi.
Welcome. Hello there. Out enjoying a walk in the ruins?
Say that.
You'd better keep your blade nearby.
What do you think about the Forsaken Plain?
An incredible region. One that begs to be studied. Where else can one truly get a sense of the withering war and its dramatic effects on our world?
Right. Yeah, I mean... I tend not to be as hardcore freaked out about streaming platforms as some people are, but frankly, the only platform that I ever really was like that about was the freaking Games for Windows Live, which was hot garbage. So if it's going to be anything like that, no thank you. I can't imagine, though, that Obsidian would do that. I don't know that they're a big enough... Although, actually, now that I take it back, because actually Obsidian is owned by Microsoft now, aren't they? So maybe that's why they're doing it this way. Shoot. Well, we'll see. Withering War.
It is endlessly fascinating. We have nothing like it in all our long histories. The Fae are singular in their abhorrence of warfare. It's what makes them unique.
I did not realize that it's supposed to be like that. Sorry, y'all. My bad. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay.
I am a student of the world, my friend. The world. One cannot learn what he wishes to know from books and recipes. No, he must search the countryside for answers. Look around you. This ruin holds knowledge so deep that no one man will glean it. But that will not keep Arion Raff from trying. Ha! Of course, the Cradle, an incredible setting, so rich in its magical history. I was there months ago searching for artifacts, but only came across a few random wand components and a reagent or two. Nothing fantastic, but definitely worth the trip.
Oh, yeah, that. I just feel like a lot of that is just not, I don't know. It just feels like it's not ready for prime time. It's the same thing that I worry about with the Chromebook. I can't tell you how many times you're just out of any range of any kind of wireless Wi-Fi thing. Until that's way more ubiquitous, I just don't see how the Chromebook is useful. Because there's just too many cases where there's just not a good Wi-Fi signal. Far too many. I can imagine a scenario where that won't always be the case, but... So I worry a little bit that the streaming stuff is going to have some of the same problems. Talisman of the Elixir. 15 damage, 10%. Yeah, it's not as good. Licensing, yeah. Listen, I'll tell you, as someone who's done a decent amount in recent years of both tie-in stuff and working with different protocols in terms of like what you're able to stream and not stream, what you're able to use and not use, what you're able to access and not access, licensing is the biggest pain in the butt. Let me just tell you. I understand why it is, but man. Missed. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Damn it. Hey. Yeah, but like, where were you testing it though? Where were you testing it though? Because like, that's the problem, is that a lot of people, these things work in their own environments, but... Okay. So, I can now turn in the contract. Henrik and Helmgard Keep. Back there, the Forsaken Plain. Ooh, there's a hidden door. Outstanding. That's where I want to go then. That's also out there. Okay, but I mean, that's... Yeah... I guess. I worry a little bit, Dragon. Like, I already feel like we're moving too far away from people actually owning their own games. I mean, I think that ship has sailed already. So, like, we have our games on these services, on Steam, on GOG, on whatever, and they're not technically ours, right? I mean, they are ours, but if the service ever goes down, then do we really have access to them? And everyone's always like, of course you do, until it turns out that you don't when actually the system shuts down. I'm a little concerned about moving even further away from that so that now it's not even local on our computer. Now it's just kept somewhere else. I don't know. I'm not I'm not, and also that's even more of an always on, all connected internet. And that's even more of an issue potentially about security. I don't know. It just, it concerns me. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't want to like, I'm not one of those people who, I don't want to overestimate what it is. I just, what do you mean? You're launching the game that you own from Steam, but what? Oh, well, yeah, but it's not installed on your computer, though. Right, but it's not installed on your computer. Right, but it's not installed on your computer, right? That's the point. Okay, yeah, I mean, I guess. I just don't, I mean, what's the value of that? If you have to buy the game anyway, what's the value of having, why? Because it takes up less room? Yeah, no, I get it. I understand. You own it, right? I get it. But still, like, I don't... I understand that you still own it, but... Those are out there. I need to get those. You can play it on a potato. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess one thing that it does is it reduces the constantly having to chase new specs. I feel like it's less useful from people who want to stream these games, though. But, you know, that's interesting, and... Oh, I haven't gone there yet. That's interesting. Right, I haven't done that yet either. Okay, it's Grinning Vein. Alright, let's turn in the contract. Which I'm going to do right now. I can see, though... Right. Exactly. There you go, Elias. Yeah. And I can see the value, also, of having... I can see the value of being able to stream remotely from different places and not have to worry about the gaming computer that you bring with you. The problem is you'd still need to have a really top-notch stream, like internet connection, to make that happen. Thank you for the host, Trent. You'd still need to have that, you know, regardless. But if you had that, then yeah, you wouldn't have to worry about the specs of the computer as long as it was good enough to stream. You could just bring the streaming stuff with you. So I could see it solving problems, but yeah, it isn't going to be available anywhere.
Mind your ways while you're here.
Shut up, Henrik. I did the Moly Rain contract.
You've all the scrolls, then? Good. Nasty thieves, them kobolds. Here's your gold, then.
All right.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Okay. So, now let's take a look at these. That one is out there. That one is here. That might be worth it. Lock and key. That's way down there. That's way down there. And that's over there, which I haven't gone to. Okay. So, that means this is pretty easy. That means that we're looking at this first. Locating an adept named Lakara fell from the village of Melaglir, sent to the village to investigate strange disappearances. Now she too has vanished. I am to meet a contact from the Scholia Arcana on my way to Melaglir, who can provide me with more information. Okay. Kingdom of Amalur. Empire of Camelbait. Camelbait. Yeah. It's worrisome to me because I also worry a little bit about, under those circumstances, do they then decide, like, what other things do they then start? Like, for example, is there a point where they would make, for example, Alexa a part and parcel? And you might say, well, those have nothing to do with each other. There are many times when they bundle things together that you would have to use, let's say, voice activation or some similar thing. Forget about the voice activation specifically, but something which seems like it's disconnected from that to be able to use that service. Let's say that Amazon Prime eventually offers a streaming service like this, and eventually you need to have Amazon Prime to use it, and Amazon Prime requires you to enter even further information than you would normally. I'm never going to, in my life, have a voice-activated thing in my house, as an example, but if I were required to do something like that, that would make things much more difficult for me. So I guess that's my concern about what's the potential end game for something like that. I need to go here and sell something.
Pledge shield.
Yep. Never, ever, ever, ever. We'll never have it in my house.
Let old Shane down and you'll end up like...
If they ever had a voice-activated thing that didn't require you to be connected to the internet at all, and it was just specifically like a closed network in your house, I could maybe see that.
Unlike Graham, you'll have to pay for what you buy.
Give me that junk. Sell all junk. Okay. Goodbye.
Sworn to war.
Sworn to war. Okay. Can you repair everything that I own?
Take better care of your things to begin with, I always tell them.
Repair all. Thank you. Goodbye.
Right then.
Most
Yeah,
lead shields arrive. Get
that would
ready
be,
and head on
Glog,
to
that would be like,
Welcome.
I don't know. I just, it'd be almost like watermarking one of these. It'll be interesting to see what happens, I guess. Okay. Now, world map. So we need to go south so we can meet our contact. First, we need to save this. Yes, correct, please. Yeah, and I mean, they've done versions of something like that before. So, oh, that's right. Oh, let me drop. You can drop down here, though. Huzzah! Going up here because there's a chest. Get this chest, get this chest. Oh. Well, that's disappointing. Whoops. Right. On we go. Huh. Yeah, you know, I watched a little bit of that, Hillness, and I saw that they just had some massive collapse. Like, that was pretty bad. I don't know what happened to them, but they being down for that long for essentially no reason is just bizarre. This doesn't look good. I'm supposed to meet my contact, and my contacts look like they're just lying there. Oh, there he is. Okay, for a minute I was like, wait, what? Yeah, I worry about that. The return to the ad-based thing. Man, all this stuff. Greaves of the Hardy. Shrewd Talisman. Whoops. Okay. A lot of stuff around here. All right, now that I've looted everything, what do you have to say for yourself?
Pyroclastic resonance, body temperatures still well above ambient, and freshly broken earth. Ah, forgive my manners. You were sent to meet a contact, and here I am, Jubal Calidus, Arch-Sage of the Scholia Arcana.
Arch-Sage?
If you'd be so kind as to ready your weapons, I believe we are about to be attacked. You will be in my...
Whoa. Oh, damn it. Go. Dude.
It was bracing, wasn't it?
Bracing.
Ethan did not exaggerate your prowess, but it was a pity what happened to this caravan.
Yeah, it's a real shame.
I followed their trail from Melaglir in the hope that they carried a letter from the missing Adept Fell, and indeed I was correct. I believe this should go to you. The message names a likely suspect. Continue onward then to Melaglir. Speak to this Patrick Morkan and find what befell our missing colleague.
Okay. What about this Melaglir?
Nestled in the protective shadow of Candrian Keep, it appears Melaglir is now home to a predator.
Montage,
Try
predator.
speaking to the local villagers to determine what has happened to Adept Fell. Should you tarry in finding what troubles the village, there might not be anyone left to question.
Oh, so I better get there, is what you're saying. All right, Candrian.
For centuries, the High Lords of Candrian used spell and sword to keep a fragile peace. But times have changed. It has become a land ruled by fear. Use caution when walking its roads.
Okay. So what does it mean to be an Arch-Sage of the Scholia Arcana?
Fascinated with rank, perhaps one day you would like to stand in my shoes.
No, I'm better than you already.
Trust me, it is not as pleasant as it seems.
I don't, okay.
Ethan and I came up through our initiation trials together. He is my most trusted savant. There is a reason he was chosen as your mentor, Neophyte. Heed his wisdom.
All right, what are you doing?
I am not accustomed to being questioned by anyone, even newcomers as promising as you.
Well, get used to it.
See to your task, Neophyte. And remember, whatever attacked Adept Fell is not to be underestimated.
Okay, let me ask what you're going to be doing.
I am not accustomed to being questioned by it. See to your task, Neophyte. I am not accustomed. See to your task.
Just want to make sure you get used to being questioned, old man. Let me be clear how this all works. I'm better than you. So... Do not ask me for the blah blah blue. Alright. So, that's over there too. Okay. Alright. So now we've got everything in different spots. So I'm thinking here. Just a quick check. Okay, that's over there, whatever, right? All right. So I'm thinking then that we should aim for... Is it this one? Yeah. That's where we have to go anyway. So let's head that direction. Exactly, Trish. Question authority. I will question your authority. Do these things reset? I don't think I realized that it did that. This little secret treasure resets here. I already looted this bag. Whoa. To anyone, my Awa is gone. Gone, like a wave that breaks against the sea stones. There one instant and gone the next. She was a soldier, a brave soul. Now her bones rest where she fell in battle, but her spirit rests with me. I go now to join her, our souls ascending into the blue. Farewell, may the waves take me with them. Aelfred. Aww. That's sad. He sacrificed himself. Screenshot. Authorita. Okay. Oh, you know what? I bet I never picked that up, actually. I mean, I have a couple of Epic games, so having them integrated into Galaxy was nice. My goal, my sort of order of operations is I always start with GOG first. If it's not available on GOG, then I go to Steam. And if it's not available on Steam, then wherever. But I'm not very much against, like... Oh, hi. Oh, you jerk. You interrupted me. There we go. Yeah. I mean, obviously, you know, GOG is better. That's where I choose to go if I can. Wait, what is this? Crag? Whoa. The Varani Reaver Braun designed this helmet as a modern, more practical version of a horned helm. That's cool. It's completely not my build, but... Okay. We go down and around. Double. There we go.
Among echoes of golden coasts and silver seas, Lyria drew near. She saw the priestess asleep,
No.
reclined on
No, I
dark
don't, Hilmus.
earth amidst the cypress trees.
Not my build.
Under the gleam of heaven's dusk reflected,
That's fair,
the mirror
Miranda.
that tantalized the stars, Lyria whispered to Tyrion. On rocky spur of sable stone shall heaven's mount prove, is a seat of elegance near kin, a shard of night to glisten in the foam, a spire from the seabed to drip from the sky's veil. There will your people be closest to my voice. And so awoke Beala Tyrion, the calm and majestic, to see the cliffs against the coast, and Lyria's throne before him.
I love Reginald's just like, so boring. Reginald does not understand the value of a good, well-read poem. And really, he makes no bones about it. Right? Okay. Okay. Let's go. This is the original Wyvern's Hill. The original. It never gets old. Shoes of Seasons. Look at all these shoes, man. All of these freaking sets, none of which are complete except for the House of Ballads ones. All of the other ones are all like, oh, when you get this set, this set, this set. Like, can I get any sets? God, me. Anyway. That's true. I do have a widescreen fix, and I actually did a couple of graphics. There's a couple of graphics mods that got added that are related to the widescreen fix, which helped. But yeah. I like it, though. Part of the problem with the game, I think, and I talked about this before, is that you start in this wooded area, and you spend a number of hours there, actually. And... Relax, Reginald. Jeez. You start in that wooded area, and it's so, like, the colors are so muted, and so, it just looks like gray. This is far, far brighter when I'm playing it now, and it really has an effect on you, where it's just kind of dreary for a number of hours, and I think that was a tactical mistake on their part. I think beginning in an area which is brighter would have allowed people to feel more comfortable about playing these different things. And, oh, sorry, Elk. That's Reginald for you. Right, right. I think the game picks up considerably after that point, but it's just, you shouldn't make people wait that long for it to get that way.
Dirt,
so
spring the majestics.
if you just do the main quest though and get past that section, it's
around
you can get to this area much faster.
The song of splendor of a once and future summer, and they responded, and the earth moved. The carver shaped, the architect built, and the shaper composed.
Yeah, but I believe that you can respec though. Okay. I still don't like this random loot placement, though, because what it means is that a lot of these chests, you're just kind of like, ugh. Like, what is the point of doing all that so you can get a fire shard or, you know, whatever? I think it broke just before Hillness. Like, it was close to correct, my placement of the other pick, but it wasn't quite right, so that's why. Yeah, I think it's worth it, Wyvern. I think it's... I've enjoyed this game a lot, but I recognize that there are issues with the early game. For sure. I really need to stop harvesting all this stuff. I really don't need to do that. I need to ignore the harvesting. Ooh, cool tree. Neat.
Departing their home beyond the veil, the firstborn were torn asunder, with a cry that still lingers in the heart of every god tree and mountain. Then emptiness, followed by a darkening sky, and the frost wept with the first winter.
Oh no. Reginald's never seen a peaceful beast he doesn't like to kill. Alright, where are we? Alright, we're heading the right way. Look at this pretty area. And it's also been out for a long time. I think a remaster isn't, you know, I don't love the idea of remastering every game in existence, but I don't think it's a terrible idea. Speaking of which, have people seen the new Curse of Strahd that's coming out in October? It's basically like a rework of the module we're playing. Whoa. Hey. And they're calling it Curse of Strahd Revamped. I was like, of course you are. Curse of Strahd Revamped. In a nice coffin-shaped box and whatever. It's going to be out too late for us to do anything with it, but... Although, actually, I guess some of the Roll20 stuff might be updated, now that I think of it, but... Run, elk! Poor Reginald, man. Deep slumber. Interesting. What the heck is deep slumber? Why are there all those people up there? Guess we're gonna find out. This is where we were headed anyway, but...
Lord Calor and Terenia will wish to speak with you. They are the guardians of the cradle, and they do not like to see us disturbed.
Okay. Oh my god. Placement of that wasn't bad, actually. Curus of Eradicating. No. Paladin's Robes. Wow, it's a lot better in terms of armor, but... And forget to find some shoes. Okay. What's up?
Are you one of the intruders? One of the children of the dust? What else can we possibly give you that you haven't already taken? The Cradle of Summer is not a flower for the plucking.
Jeez. Let's talk, Lord Calor.
I am Calor, guardian of the Cradle. Terenia and I safeguard what has never needed protecting, until now. With our weakening magic, the Fae must tend to our own.
That's on my list to happen very soon, Glog. In fact, I think I have that. Let me double check. I think I have Final Fantasy VII on my list is... After I finish Amalur, I'm playing Never Alone, which is just... I've already played, like, one half of that. It's very short. It's like a one-session thing. And then I'm going on to the FF7 remake. And then after that, my plan was to do some Lord of the Rings online, and then Sorcery, books 3 and 4, and then God of War 2018, and then I don't know. But I'm looking forward to trying FF7 remake for sure. And now that we've gotten past the section where everyone and their brother was playing it, maybe I'll have half a chance of people actually tuning in to check it out.
For many seasons, we have protected this sacred space from the darkening influence of the mortal world. For it is here where we Summer Fae...
You disagree with him, Echo?
Amalur.
Shakunis would not be a fan?
With the rise of the Tuatha, the magical barriers protecting the Cradle of Summer have weakened. If this continues, nothing is safe from the blight of winter.
What intruders do you mean?
Mortals. Children of the dust. Those who seek only to steal the treasures of the land from which we sprung, to end the deep slumber. Mortals Like you, who seek to bend nature to their will, to make it bow before them as a servant, not embrace it as a guide and mother. Mortals, thieves, liars, and weaklings. They have stolen items of great power. They have stolen the 3 staffs.
You need me to get that, wouldn't you? What are the staffs?
They are Rivener Tarsus, Gloamfrost, and Ender's Fire.
Ender's Fire.
3 incredible weapons forged to end a war that was threatening to engulf your mortal world. Such prizes, such items of power and importance cannot be kept in the open, and so they were hidden here. That is, until the intruders took them. A child of the dust wishes to help the cycle. Why, there is no precedent. If you truly wish to assist those of us in the deep slumber, you are welcome to. The 3 staffs were stolen from Sill Hollow and destroyed by the thieves who did not comprehend their power or their value.
Okay.
I heard their dying screams.
That doesn't sound good.
The pieces must be recovered and the staffs must be reforged. If you can do this, you are more worthy of the cradle than I could imagine. But likely, you will not. They were wielded during the long twilight of the Withering War. Those 3 weapons uprooted mountains and left the lush plain forsaken. They are the lightning, the fire, and the ice. They are precious. And while their magic has weakened in these fell lands, they are still cherished and must be returned.
Okay.
It is the most powerful form of Fey reverie. A connection between our people and our birthplace of Ashara, the realm from which all magic is born. We in the Cradle of Summer slumber to protect this sacred place. We draw energy from our homeland and use it to maintain the barriers that keep out the beasts and men.
Except me. Where do I find them?
It is for those answers that I seek the wisdom of the slumber. For it is in its reverie where I will learn the whereabouts of these thieves, Raff, Purta, and Hagni.
Okay.
Move swiftly.
So... Ah. Oh, they're back there? Okay, well, I'll get right on that, but I got things to deal with first. Aha! Greetings, General.
Hail. I am General Talera ap Gwydion, former commander of the Eastern Alpha Forces.
Hail.
Surely you're not the aide Aelin Shear promised. She spoke as if she planned to send a whole squad of soldiers, not one faceless mercenary.
I'm better than a squad of soldiers, so who are you?
You have the bearing of one that's seen combat, but you never fought in the war, or you would know who I am. Once I was the commander of Mel Sen-Shear, the Alpha Fortress to the east. I held back the Tuatha at every push before the Baelor came. Then everything fell to pieces.
Alan sent me to help.
So, she is behind this. That woman. One too many times she's meddled in my affairs, making promises she never intends to keep. Well,
and she took an arrow to the knee.
Best. The fewer people involved in my affairs, the better.
They use swords, Mirinda.
Misfortune follows closely at my heels.
Swords.
It is the lot fate has cast for me.
All right, let's talk about the Windstones.
Long after the Arathi left our world, the mortals built these Windstones to call them back down. I've never seen them work, but, as I said before, I'm not known for my good fortune.
What about Earl Tusk?
Earl Tusk, the tomb of the divine fame, the piercing light. With a weapon like that, I could rally the troops at Mel Sen-Shear and perhaps redeem myself.
Perhaps.
They say the ruin is guarded by legions of Niskaro, led by a beast known as Azagal.
Azagal.
Whether this is true or the stuff of legend, I don't know. 10 years ago, I served the Alfar armies.
Worth it,
defending
Hilmas.
Cluracan and Mel Senshir from the Tuatha armies. Then, Witch Knight Malwyn led his Tuatha summoners against us. The fiends routed my soldiers at every turn. Now they've had Mel Senshir under siege for years, while I've been searching for a weapon to turn the tide. With Tuatha raiding parties along the shores, Rathia has the only port for
Curved
safe passage
swords.
across the strait. But after assisting Mel Senshir for so many years, the ruling council of Rathia is loath to offer more aid for what they see as a lost cause. Mel Senshir is the gateway into Cluracan, but it's been under siege ever since my defeat. I failed the city once. I can't fail them again. We may be lofty, but we are not weak. Our land is cold and harsh, and we have long studied the noble arts of bow and blade. Across 1,000 battlefields, my spear paints a red masterpiece.
Wow. That's poetic.
The Baelor is a thing of dread, a Niskaru lord that the Tuatha managed to coerce into fighting on their behalf.
Like a Balrog?
Against the Tuatha, I had some success. But no ordinary weapon can best the Baelor.
Like a Balrog?
One must fight darkness with light.
Well, I'm a servant of the secret fire, so... Dark fire will not avail them, the flame of Udun. Trust me, I can help.
The years have been long since I first learned of the means that might deliver Mel Senshir from the Tuatha. It lies in Earl Tusk, beyond a gate fated never to be opened, in a hall awash with Niskaro. Any who seek access to the ruin must face them.
Yep, that's a Tuesday for me. How will this help the war?
These ruins are said to be the resting place of the Piercing Light, a spear carved from the tusk of the Niskaru Duke, Gajor. The legends say it destroys any horror, in the mind or on the battlefield. No place is more deserving of such a power as Mel Senshir.
Why did the Niskaru care?
The ruin holds the only weapon known that can slay a Niskaru lord, and the monsters inside will do anything to keep it safe. The Arathi sealed Earl Tusk to be opened only when the great voices rise in song. This may refer to the windstones scattered across the plains, but I can't be sure.
Great, I have to do all the
Years
windstones.
ago, this chime was found near the ruin. I've tried using it to make the windstones sing, but I've had no luck. As if that's a surprise.
Alright, how do we open this gate?
The inscription says the gate will open when the great voices rise in song. I think this means the windstones that are spread across Erethel. There's one just a little to the south. Go there and strike this chime near it. I'll stay here to see if it has any effect.
Light them up. Alright.
The windstones are located all across the
We're
plains.
watching you.
Yeah? You're watching me, huh? Alright, first of all...
Be
go
mindful of your actions.
Let's get this thing, first of all. This stone. Aha!
The Shaper bequeathed her music to the countryside of marbled ruin. The plains birthed the gentle grass. Listless streams meandered through the verdant hills and babbled of
If
their
you fought in
gentle
the war,
travel
you
to
would
the
know that
face
I'm
of
the biggest
windswept
failure there
cliffs.
is.
Thus the symphony of Erethel began.
I'd be like, I don't know, is your name General Custer? Other great failed military commanders in history? Don't you know who I am? No, I don't. I don't know who you are. Chime! Okay, that wasn't it. That guy was like, I will take easy pickings. Hey, what's up, Salonis? I haven't seen you in ages. That's right. How you doing? Yes, I did. Icarus and Jelinek. Jelinek is out. In fact, I'm going to be doing a reading from Icarus and Jelinek on Saturday as part of a Gen Con event on this very channel. And it is available now for pre-order in the retail version. Yeah, it's great. So it came out, and I'm excited for it. So, but good to see you. Yeah, it has been a while. I hope you've been doing okay.
Be careful around the general.
I can't believe it. The gate shifted? For all my efforts, you simply appear and
yeah, I
make it
hear that,
respond.
man. 4 times. Good grief. That's awesome. Thank you. The retail copies, just so you know, the pre-orders for those are going to be going up shortly. You can take a look now, and I think they have a thing where you can be notified when it's ready to be pre-ordered, but soon. The target date is late October, early November for retail release, but pre-orders are going to be happening in the next couple of weeks. Will be available for that. So yeah, and I'll be able to talk more about that as well on Saturday. But in the meantime, if you do that, if you go to that link, you'll be able to see the details we have in it so far. I'm very, very happy with the art, etc. You couldn't do that yourself? Can we enter Earl Tusk yet?
No. You've opened one part of the gate, but 4 more remain. You must find the wind stones scattered throughout the plains and activate them. I will remain here. The Niskara will sense that the seal is weakened. Someone must try to hold them back.
I'm going to guess this is a big no.
Go sound the chime at each windstone in Arethel. That's the only way to open the gates.
Right. Yeah, we already had that discussion. Disco Elysium is on my list, actually lower down. The real problem that I'm having with that at the moment, honestly, is just that oh wow, maybe I should open one up and then come back here. The real problem that I'm having with that, to be perfectly honest with you, Glog, is that it's so much reading that I'm not sure about its quality as a stream game. I have to decide myself whether it is or isn't. There's just so much reading. Also, I've been trying to avoid super bleak, kind of like downbeat games, and Disco Elysium is not the happiest game I've ever seen. So those are basically the 2 reasons. It's nothing against it as a game, because I did actually play a little bit of it, and what I played of it I thought was pretty impressive. In fact, I got like what was it? That I got that 1%. Like I had to hit a 12 to get it, and I got it first try. So yeah. Okay, let's fast travel there. Let's get that windstone. Oh, you're a windstone. Okay. Some my guy. What? Man, that Tempest thing takes a long time to set up, but when it goes off for sure. All right, this is over to the east, and I don't need to go to these places yet. Wait, 4 other windstones. Oh, okay. 1, and there were 3 others. All right, I just did 1 of them. Okay, I have other things to do before I go and do those other windstones, so. Not exactly Salonis, no. It's the same script, but it's actually a different artist. Jelinek, if you were to get shut up. If you were to get Jelinek, the second book from Athos, the story would continue from the book that you have, the Icarus book that you have. But if you want to get the full unexpurgated experience, a new artist did both books together. So it's a new publisher and a new artist who did all of those books together. And so that's why. So you could just get Jelinek and continue the story, but if you want to have the spectacular, I think, art from the very beginning with this new artist who did both books, you would go and get this new edition, which is both get the new Icarus from them and then, of course, the new Jelinek. But if you didn't want to do that, you could just get Jelinek and just get the sequel to it, basically. For sure. In a lot of ways, it is, Glog, yeah. I guess so, aren't you? So, yeah. But for people who supported the original Kickstarter, and I know there are definitely a number of my regular viewers who did that, that was a huge deal that made a big difference. Like, I cannot emphasize enough. Without that, none of these other things would have happened. So, it was a huge deal. What is this now? Speak with Agarth. Hollowlands of Detyr. Or Detyr. Oh, that's way down there. Okay. So we're not going to do that yet. Patrick Morkan, that's over there. We may have to go there eventually. Lock and Key is down there. Could do that fairly soon, I suppose. That's way over there. We do have to go there eventually, but not necessarily now. Riven or Tarsus is out here. This is probably what I should do next, I'm guessing. Vane's Luck is over there. I haven't gone there yet. Treasures of Karn is way over there. I haven't gone there yet either. Aha! There's one that I can do while I'm here. And that stuff is over here, so this guy, the highway robber, that dude I can go to right now. Deal with this person. Oh, I appreciate that very much, Salonis. And thank you. Yeah, welcome back. Don't be a stranger. I'm glad that everything is okay. Sometimes when people are there for a long time and then leave, and then, you know, later on, sometimes I hear from them, sometimes I don't. This is the nature of the business. But I'm always glad to hear when people are doing okay and when they check back in, because I do think about people who are here and then leave. So good to see you, Salonis. Thanks, man. Yep. Is it page 10 of your character, Rudnell? Is that seriously true? That's really awesome. I mean, I knew that you had done it. I just didn't know if you'd actually had a chance to see it yet. Super cool. All right, what's your deal?
Hello. Oh, hello. Lovely weather. Have you spotted any sativa fiber? It's okay if you haven't. I'll keep looking. Lovely weather.
Nice. For sure, Hilness, and like that's, you know, and some people do that. Occasionally I hear from people, and you know, occasionally I suppose there are cases where people decide that they can't stick around because something doesn't connect well with them about whatever's going on in the stream, and that's sad, but I totally understand. But fortunately, most of the folks that we get in here stay here unless they have to leave for other reasons, and then they'll usually come back and, you know, stop in and say hi. Like I've thought about a lot of people from the old times. Xanos, who some of you may have seen pop in here on occasion, especially those who've been here for a while. He was old school. The Gentleman B, who was actually one of my mods years ago, and then a bunch of stuff, you know, he was, I think, got married and a bunch of other things. So, you know, stuff like that. I often wonder about how those folks are doing.
I use it in potions to protect the corporeal form, to ensure health and longevity. It also makes a pretty decent aphrodisiac. That's something you're interested in?
Well...
There is no richer region for reagents in all of Amalur. They say this is where the summer fae first rose from the earth.
Oh, that's...
I find the fae very odd. How about you?
That's sweet, Glog. I'm glad. I mean, because, yeah, and then there are folks like you who, you know, come and are here and then get busy and have to go off and do other things and then, you know, pop back in on occasion. And I always appreciate it when people are able to pop back. It's never a requirement, of course, but I always appreciate that. Jelinek. You know, I don't... It's funny, Marinda. I don't actually remember... Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Hilness. I know. And I know some of those old guard folks that I was kind of like, come on, man. Yeah, I know. I know. I kind of even... I'm thinking of one person in particular, but yes. That's super cool, Arudno. Yeah, I'm very, very happy, and I can't wait to get the hard... Can't wait to get the print version of Tales and Tomes. So excited for that. And for Icarus, too. You know, I don't remember, Marinda, why I chose Jelinek. I know that I wanted a name that was going to suggest... I wanted something that would kind of reflect the grounded nature of the character. I wanted something that seemed kind of interesting and not particularly, like, dramatic. Like, not something where you were like, oh, like Icarus is like Icarus. It has, like, a kind of a cadence to it. But I didn't want to name Jelinek the equivalent of something like Thor or Baelor, or like things in here. I wanted it to be something which felt a little bit more kind of down home, I guess. Same reason that I named Rig was because it was kind of like a one syllable, like almost like a dog's like name. But I don't remember specifically why Jelinek was there. And why. I think that's just one of those things where I usually can come up with names fairly quickly, and it just kind of popped in my head. But I don't really have some deeper meaning, like it means one of the earth in Latin or something. I mean, that's not the case. I just made it up, so I honestly don't know. Probably Glog. Yep. I imagine we are, because Glog used to hang out in that stream too, and yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Jelinek. Yeah. That is not going to happen, Hilmus. That's right, I write first, then think. No, I mean, I obviously plan out. I mean, I plot my stories, obviously, and I have a lot of ideas that I want to do as part of them, but it depends. Like, I've told this story before. The Icarus story came to me initially when I was watching a Cirque du Soleil performance that was also originally inspired by Icarus, and all it did was it showed this person with wings, these large wings falling into the heart of this place, and then these weird creatures surrounded them. And then it went off in a completely different direction. But I just was really struck by that idea of Icarus falling from the ceiling, falling from the sky, and then these creatures gathering around them. And immediately I was like, well, what if it was in a volcano? And what if it was these creatures? And what if it was this and this? And we drove home from that, and my wife was driving because I was writing these notes furiously about what that would look like. And I started writing that back I finished it in 2008, because I finished it literally a week or two before my daughter was born, before little Arv was born. So I probably started writing it sometime in 2006, I want to say. So that was where the idea first sort of developed. No, I know. And it's possible to over-plan something and have it become very kind of staid and intellectual and like, this is the way you do things. And so sometimes you just have to write in the moment. But not always. Sometimes you have to write, you're writing to a particular theme, or you have a particular idea that develops over time. Gray Shade definitely developed over time. So it just depends on the project. 11 years. I know it, Glog. My daughter graduated, is out of 6th grade. She's heading into 7th grade, although she's actually going to be home next year because of the pandemic, so we're going to homeschool her. But, yeah, and she's 12 and a half. She's going to be a teenager, Glog. Little Arv is going to be a teenager in January. So, know what I'm saying? A teenager.
I've always felt a kinship with the flora of the plains. Do you? Can you feel them break the soil with their stems, their muse of thirst on the driest of days? I do.
I do. I'm a little weird.
Leela Janik, didn't you know?
No.
I thought that's why you were speaking to me. I collect plants to sell, to mix, to eat. Some of them I haven't figured out what to do with yet. What I love is some sativa fiber, fresh and unpicked. There's a patch of it, but the spiders won't let me near. Oh, hello. Did you just get here?
She's a little... Why do you want sativa fiber?
Why wouldn't I want it? I've been chewing it since I was a child. It's what makes me impervious to harm. I'm completely indestructible, in case you hadn't noticed. If you can help me get that sativa, then I will be sure to give you a discount on all my alchemical goods. My sister Molly is a trainer. She'll drop her prices too, I promise.
She's a little creepy. There you go. Yeah, Aaron, it's not something that we...
Don't do it on my account.
It's not something that we did willingly. I mean, obviously we did it willingly. But it's not something that we did being like, oh, great, you know, like... Well, we just felt it's the only safe approach that we feel is reasonable for us to take. And the good news is it will give... My wife and I both believe that this time, which is a very difficult time anyway, for kids this age, you know, 11, 12, 13 is a very difficult age where they're figuring out who they are. Hormones are going, you've got puberty going on, you've got all this stuff. And so it's not the worst thing in the world even to have a year where a lot of focus is more on like social skills and figuring out one's identity and where one stands. And then, of course, we'll also have a curriculum that we will teach and all that kind of stuff. I think we're better suited to do it maybe than some parents would be because of our own backgrounds. But yeah, it wasn't something that we're like, yay, but it was something we had to do. And I mentioned this before, but Zach is actually going to be, one of those things that is going to happen is that Zach is going to be teaching my daughter voice acting lessons. And so I was just talking with him about this yesterday, and starting next week, he's going to once a week be teaching her voice acting stuff. And she's really excited for it. And he's really pumped to do it, and I think it's going to be great. So I'm super excited for that. And that's one of those things that we might not be able to do in a normal semester, like in a normal year, but this is taking advantage of something that's in front of us. The person who's going to be difficult for, I mean, it'll be a struggle, but we'll work through it. It's going to be hard for my son because Mini Arv is like super active and has a lot of energy, and I don't think that age group, honestly, like the Zoom call stuff is just wasted on him, you know? Like it's just not his thing at all. So we need to figure out alternatives, because obviously the one thing that we can't do right now is the one thing that would be great, which is to take him to all kinds of different places and to take him to all kinds of different playgrounds and to different... We just can't do that. You know, we can take him outside to go walk places and run around, and there's certain places like beaches that are pretty isolated that we can do this. But beyond that, it's just not safe. And so that's made that very difficult. So it's going to be that's going to be the hard part this year, is dealing with how we handle him over the course of the year. Little Arv, we have to be careful on how we manage things, but she's an amazing kid and she's older, and I think, we'll be able to work that through. With him, that's going to be rough. So. Yeah. Well, we're lucky, Aaronth. We're very lucky in that both of us have jobs. I'm going to be teaching online this coming semester, synchronously online, but I'm going to be teaching online this semester and in the fall. And my wife is a therapist who has a thriving practice and has been able to move it online and really hasn't missed a beat. Surprisingly, lots of people need therapeutic help during pandemics, apparently. And so she's been able to keep that going. And so fortunately, we're still in a position where we're okay. But it's very lucky, obviously. And one of the reasons that I'm able to do that is that I belong to a union. And so they can't just force us back to work, because the reality is there is no safe way to have students in a room, together indoors. There's no safe way to do it. I don't care how much time they clean. I don't care what they do to the HVAC systems. All the evidence shows there's no safe way to do it. So the only thing to do is to keep these things closed down and to keep us on remote things, remote access, remote jobs, remote work, until we get a vaccine which works. And when you have a vaccine in place which works, then you can open up these other things. Until that happens, it's not safe. And that's just the reality. And so these things... Good to see you, Wenchkin. How you doing, dude? Good to see you, man. I hope you're having an amazing day as well. Until that happens, this is where we're at. And a lot of people are just kind of like, well, we need to get people back in school too. I'm like, yes, but we can't do that now. It's the same thing with sports. Everyone's like, oh, baseball. I'm so excited to have baseball back. I'm like, right. And then they have a game and, something like 10 players in one game test positive for coronavirus, and they have to cancel 2 others. Within the next 2 weeks, most of these sports will be shutting down again. And the same thing's going to happen with school. We're going to go through this. They're going to open things up. Kids are going to get sick. Teachers are going to get sick. People are going to die. And they're going to close it right back down again. And we're going to be right back where we were in September, October, November. My guess is that October is when all the schools will be closed down by. And why? Because we can't do it safely until there is a vaccine. If we had done what New Zealand did, if we had done what Germany did, if we had done what Belgium did, if we had done what almost every other country, not all countries, because I know some have been worse, Brazil and others, but pretty much almost any other country, we would now be in a position, South Korea, for example, where we could be going back to sports because we have testing and tracing and monitoring and everyone's wearing masks and all that stuff. We could have life that would be, if not normal, a lot more normal as we wait for a vaccine. But because we didn't do that, we're in the position that we're in. The virus does not care about our desire to leave home. Our virus does not care about whatever we think we need to do for our kids. Virus doesn't care. Virus's job is to infect and replicate. So it's just a reality. And the vaccine trials are very promising. Yeah, I heard that, Glog, actually. But see, the thing is, Glog, in Germany, you'll actually do it, as opposed to my country, which seems to think that wearing a mask is somehow an impingement on freedom. It's the biggest joke I've ever heard in my life. And you're right, Hilness, the vaccine trials are extremely promising. But the point is, that's still going to be a ways off. My guess is that the first legitimate vaccine that'll be available in the U.S. will be somewhere around February or so. February or March. And my guess is that we have a shot of having late summer of next year be sort of normal. And fall of next year be closer to normal. That's my guess. But it just is what it is. Right, yeah, Wenchkin, and I, like, everyone is in the same situation, you know? Virus doesn't care. So, shot. Okay, these are all different things.
Oh, bye.
Oh, that's pretty close. All right, let me take care of these spiders for you. Yep, exactly, Hilness. And yeah, and I think you're right, Glog. That is also going to be a problem when it ties together the flu and everything else. I mean, at least we got rid of that ridiculous nonsense that when the summer came, that things were going to get much better, as that's been proven that that's not the case. I mean, like, it's not rocket science, folks. We know that if you are a distance from each other, that you're likely to be in better shape. We know that the biggest problem is when you are in an enclosed space where there are people who are infected for a period of somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes or more. If you're in and out of a place in less than 5 minutes, you're pretty safe. If you're outside and keeping social distance, you're pretty safe. If you're wearing a mask, you're not completely safe, but you're in much better condition than you would be otherwise. These are the things that we know for sure. But we know that hydroxychloroquine is a scam on this particular illness. It's good for certain aspects of malaria, has no effect on this. In fact, it makes things worse. We know that there is no real treatment available, except there are things that can mitigate things. Certain steroids can mitigate things. Certain antivirals can mitigate things a little bit. Other protocols, putting people on their stomachs instead of their backs to make it easier for them to breathe, prevents respirator, necessities and things like that. So we know certain things like that. We know that blood type will affect whether you are more likely to be impacted by a particular steroid for this particular disease or not. And we also know that vaccines seem to have been very effective in multiple trials, and now they're ramping up to those things. So it's not rocket science. This is not something that, like, I'm sitting at my computer and suddenly I'm infected. It's don't go into enclosed spaces without wearing a mask around people, because you can be asymptomatic for a long period of time and you can get infected. We need fast-acting tests, not ones that take 2 weeks or more. We need fast-acting tests. We need universal mask usage. And once we get a vaccine, we can calm down on a bunch of that stuff. But we don't have a vaccine yet, and until we do, this is the situation. Yeah. That's the thing. None of this is necessary. We had 150,000 people die in America, and none of it, and countless more affected with possible long-term impacts. And none of this was necessary. Because if we had reacted the way that we should have reacted, we would have reduced that death toll substantially. And we'd be back to living a normal life. And we, not totally normal, but much more normal. And we actually could be having a discussion about the possibility of safe in-person teaching. I don't want to teach online. I signed up to teach in person in a classroom. I spend enough of my time in front of computer screens. But the reality is, it's not safe right now. So I'm going to teach as close as I can to my offline environment in an online setting. But I'm going to do that because I don't want to die yet. And I don't want my mother-in-law that lives with us to die. And I don't want my kids to get sick. And my wife, who is asthmatic. and to potentially die. Also, I had a heart arrhythmia condition in the past. Again, I don't want any of these things. It's not safe. Like, to me, it's like a very simple black and white thing. It's not about your freedom or about discussions of philosophy. It's, is there a virus out there? Yes. Is it extremely contagious? Yes. Does it have potentially huge effects? Yes. Do we have a vaccine for it? No. So then it's not safe until we get one. That's all. Exactly. We don't know what the long-term consequences are. So, and I do know people that got it. You know, and hopefully they'll be better in the end, but geez. What? There we go. Storm Scythe. What is that? Right. And I mean, and again, and for some people, apparently, some people can recover totally normally, but some people can. You know? What is this? Okay, so 25 physical damage. It does less damage, this. 25 physical, 25 lightning, 36 shocking over 5 seconds. So basically we're talking 86 seconds. Minus 15% equip requirements, 12% fire damage, 12% ice, 12% lightning, plus 1 to sorcery abilities. Or the Ostafar Chakram is redecorated and spellforged by an all-main master enchanter. 22 physical, 22 lightning, 31 shocking. So that's 77? No, that's not right. 75 damage as opposed to 86 damage. 10% chance to steal 18 mana per hit. Yeah, but there's more. Nah, it's not as good. Too bad, though. Right. Right, they won't know for a long time. So, I mean, it's just, I just don't, I cannot imagine what would possess people to think that, I don't understand people who just take risks like that. I don't get it. And again, and I don't want to hear from people who are kind of like, you know, these stories that you keep seeing about someone gets sick and they're like, oh, you know, now I realize, where were you? Okay, so where were you before this? It's one thing to say you didn't know in February or even March about the impact. It's another thing to say now, when we are well past the point of anyone having any illusions about what this thing is, to go, oh, I still don't know whether I should have to, you know, worry myself about it. And especially when these people are public officials, they're doing serious damage by continuing to pretend like there's no problem and there's no risk and like, or that it doesn't apply to you. It's like, oh, well, you can wear one. And it's like, first of all, idiot, the mask is designed to make it so that you will help other people. They help you, you help them. That's the first thing. The second thing is that there is increasing evidence that a mask actually does a lot of good for you too. Not just other people, even if you didn't give a damn about everybody else. But the problem with not having as educated a populace as we should is that we continue to make this, we continue to do this thing where if it doesn't affect us directly, we don't think that it matters, or we don't even realize that it's about us. And education is about teaching people, in part, that something is about you, even if it hasn't affected you yet, because you are a human being like all the rest of us.
My, you've gone and killed the spiders.
Exactly,
How
Rudno.
grand, how very grand. Normally I don't condone the killing of innocent creatures, but those are so creepy. You are too kind. From now on, You are considered a valued customer to all the Janiks. Everything is cheaper for the Spider Slayer. That is your name, isn't it?
I mean, there were two of them. I don't really... Okay.
So long.
So long. Alright, I'll get an active quest in a second. I want to pick that up first. Whoops.
The forest you call Dalentarth was ruled by Issa. The god king fostered communion,
Oh,
a
jeez.
sharing. The mortals heeded his wisdom. The Fae followed his spirit. He linked the natural with the divine.
She freaked out.
and
Why? Did you
became a
just show up and
nature
you're like,
unto
you have a
himself.
virus?
He knew the lives of elf, human, gnome, and all people. He showed the Fae these words and ways. He united the Oath clans. As the meadow grows into woodland, so did Issa grow the court of summer.
Of course you did. Of course you did. Dragon, never change. Okay. That's down there. There was one other one that I was going to do. Man, I wish you could just put all the quests up there at once. Just for a second, just to see what it looks like. Right. Okay. Let's go pick up those ones. You had to handle it quick. Exactly. Or just, can you imagine just being like, it is all right, citizen. Do not become frightened, citizen. I will address your problem. My name is Dragon Spear. Spear. His name is what? You say his name is Dragon Spear? End of line. Tron was so cool, man. Back in the day. Oh, he's in here? He's in this place, huh? Really? Okay. Already been here once, but... on my face. Man, if I could speed up that thing, if I could speed up that effect, that thing would be so OP. Then play 80s rock. I still haven't seen the new Tron. I should do that. I should watch the new Tron. I love the old one. I thought the old one was really cool. I thought it was really freaky, but... Oh, you're the dude who has this?
Welcome. Care to join me in my work? You look like you could use a few moments of quiet reflection.
I already talked to you about this. I like your staff.
This warped old rod? I can't imagine why you'd have any interest in it. It's a patchwork piece, cobbled together from bits and bobs. However, I did invest many hours of my life in its construction. My hands still bear the calluses.
Oh no.
I would part with it for a price.
I'll pay.
I couldn't have parted with it for any less, you understand. A man's handiwork is still worth something. Enjoy the piece, and good day.
I mean, I could have killed you, but that's...
Be well.
Fortunately, I have tons of money. Alright. Whoa. Oh. What? This thing sucks. Is it like they have to be combined together or something? Alright, now crack of dawn. So let me get out of here. I mean, it did say that it had to be assembled. Well, no, she left, Dragon, because now you were a free agent and she was afraid of what you would do next. Dragon has this mysterious way of doing things that you're like, And they're always like, he's a very generous guy, as I've said many times. But he does this stuff where he'll like have you do things and then like, you know, like you'll like, for example, he sent me, just an example, this keyboard sent from Dragonspear. I made the mistake of mentioning on stream once that I was thinking about a new keyboard, and because my old one was getting, and I was like, and then he was like, really? What about this and this and this? I'm like, I don't want you to buy. Nope, sure enough, he got me one and sent it to me. And the same thing has happened with multiple things. He helped me put together my computer, and he sent me a bunch of parts for that. So he has this thing where he does like creepy, but like it's really nice stuff. You know what I mean? But it's just like, how did you do that? You know what I'm saying? So like that's the thing. Like he does these notes, and then all of a sudden you get like a keyboard for free, which makes me feel guilty because, you know. I mean, look, I've talked many times. You guys are the best. I feel like everybody has this thing, too, where everyone says that their viewers are the best, and it's not possible that they can all have the best viewers when I clearly have the best viewers. So I don't understand where they're at with that, frankly. Like this chat, the Arvanauts are the best viewers on Twitch. Like, it's not a debate. It's you know, is my mouse mechanical? Oh, no! My mouse is a wire. What does it even mean? Exactly, Hillness. Yeah, but this is the only one where it's true. No, but like I actually really like this comfortable like wireless Logitech mouse. But what the heck is that? Oh, okay. Joke, can't be mechanical, all right? I was really worried. I'm like, I was afraid he was going to send me one that had this like steam clockwork punk that I was going to be like, what? Hey, Musky Bear. This is a wireless mechanical keyboard. It is a Logitech G613, and I like it. It's got a lot of cool features. It has the little volume control on here, which is way, way easier. Dun, da, da. Having wireless is just way easier if I want to sit back from my computer and use the keyboard. So it's nice. I think the thing I noticed, did you see that these keys are rubbing off? So I don't know why it is that apparently my A and my L key get the most use with a little bit less on S, but apparently. I mean, listen, I like Logitech stuff. Like, I have Logitech webcams. If they weren't lazy about their drivers, they would be spectacular, but they're still really good. I want to at some point get a mirrorless camera, kind of like Rob's setup. But the things that I'm looking at, I'm going to get an Elgato key light at some point. And the big thing is I'm going to get at some point an AverMedia 4K to replace my Elgato capture card. Because I like the Elgato HD60 Pro, but it's still a little finicky and it frustrates me sometimes. But those are down the line. I'm feeling pretty good about my setup. Aha. Staff. Okay. I just picked up the Godfang. Okay. The Godfang. Oh, Jesus. Don't do it. No, see? Dragonspear, I swear to God. I'm still working through paying back costs. Don't do that. Seriously, please don't do that. The Elgato, I'm still working through paying through costs from the other stuff you helped me with, and I'm getting there. Should be all paid back shortly. But still, so please don't do that. The Elgato key light is something that there's one that has like basically I'm gonna go there. That is going to be better for lighting without me having to turn on this hot thing in my room eventually. But it's not something I need to do right at the moment. Also hot. I need keyboard wax. What is a keyboard wax? Damn it, Glog! You're not helping. Dragonspear, Arv needs newscap. You're not helping. Ask anyone who knows me, and they will tell you that I already feel too guilty when people... I hate feeling indebted to people. Like, I just... The generosity is just... Aha, you have a chest. Fortunately, that means your life is forfeit. Sorry, Bolgan Brute. There are some LED rings. The reason that I love the reason that I want the Elgato light is for two reasons. Number one, it clamps onto the back of the desk, which means that you don't have a huge stand that you have to worry about. That's the first thing. Like, for example, right now it's dark in my room. I could turn on the light back there. But to light it up the way that I normally do, I have a light up there, which is a nice light, especially in the winter. During the summer, though, my office gets hot as it is. That's why I have my fan running, even with air conditioning. And so if I turn that up, it really kind of heats up the room, and I don't want to sweat more than I already am. The Elgato key light is cool, as in temperature-wise. You can adjust the lighting... how do I put it? The color of the lighting, the hue, so that you can basically adjust in terms of color balance. And it's thin, so it goes up off the desk, and it's thin, so it's right back against the wall. So it would basically help a lot in terms of lighting, because everything, even the webcams, everything looks better when things are well lit. And when not, you have to deal with all of, like, white balance and all this other kind of stuff to that extent. So, yeah. No, because the mirror lamp light, the thing about the key light is it's one, like, it's the entire panel is lit, and it's lit evenly, and it's not glaring. So if you do a light, a lot of times if you look into it, you're like, like it affects your eyes. It's evenly lit, soft light, which you can increase intensity or decrease intensity. Also, I can control it off of my Elgato Stream Deck, which makes it very valuable because it's integrated that way. But it's evenly lit. And the thing about the ring light is that when it's around something, the lighting is uneven. So even as you direct it around, it's going to affect things, and it's going to be shining directly in your eyes, as opposed to something which is more lightly diffused lighting, basically. They have stands that, like, you know, camera stands where you can get diffusers, but the problem is that is like a big bulky thing that I don't have room for in my office, and there's nowhere to put it. Like, I could put it over here, and then I have this big honking thing right in my face all the time. Whereas if I have a light there, it's just back this way. Like, even this thing, I'm eventually going to get rid of this microphone, which I love. I love the MXL 990. But eventually I'm going to try to get a shotgun mic so that it goes up over my monitor and straight at my face this way, so that I don't even have this thing, so I can be, like, you know, like, so I could be like that. Problem is you can't hear me. So... eventually, that's what I want to do. Smart light. No, I have a wireless mouse. Hey, Vandelf. The lockpicking minigame, I know. No, I have a, no, I like wireless mice. The only thing I don't really love, I don't particularly like wireless headphones. Dragon, that's maybe the thing you might be thinking about. I don't like wireless headphones, but I do like, although I admit it would be nice not to be dealing with a wire, but for the most part it's pretty good. I don't like wireless headphones, but I do like wireless mice and wireless keyboards. So yeah. Okay, I gotta do this thing because we have to wrap up pretty soon. Okay. Alright, then I'm gonna have to deal with those guys who are coming my way right as we speak. Crude azurite gauntlets. I really wish there was a thing that would keep you from getting that equipment after a while. Like, it's just not... Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? I don't exactly know where I am. Probably somewhere kind of in the middle-ish, I would say. Wait, what is that? Oh, the staff pieces, right. But I don't honestly know completely, to be honest with you, Mosky. Hey, what's up?
Greeting. You're in my path, stranger. I ask that you step aside before I cast you off the cliffs.
Oh, you're pleasant. Let's talk about things.
I fought our winter court enemies right here on this soil. But it was all in vain. The seasons pass as they always have, and always
I did.
will.
I'm actually doing
There is no
one of the
ending
quests
to
I have to do is for her, Vandelf. Under $7, wow.
I was once part of the deep slumber, but wished to depart the dreaming to pursue something that is more familiar to mortals like you. Ambition. For seasons, I dwell in the cradle of summer, as is my role in the telling. But something called to me from beyond the sea. A whisper of power and corruption.
Oh, that's actually... I didn't realize that, Vandelf. That's good to know. Wow. Look at this. Look at Glog, man. Glog with the 10 sub gift. Wow, Glog, that is really nice of you, man. Thank you. Thank you so much, Glog. Can we get some love for Glog? Wow, good stuff, dude. Thank you. Thank you for the sub to Marinda. Thank you for the sub to Wenchkin, for the sub to Artisan, for the sub to Far Neighbor, the sub to Mosky Bear, the sub to Radio Johnny Panda, the sub to Trooper SJP, the sub to Pyron Jade, the sub to Spaghetti P Saucy Boy. Can't leave them out. And the sub to Ninetail was taken. Thank you. And Ninetail was taken, actually, I think was hanging out with me during my Rick Riordan stream that we had. Wow. Thank you. Oh, the end part of the map. I see what you're saying. Okay. Good to see you, Rhiannon. That's kind of you, Glog. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. That's really nice of you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And, yeah, so... That is good stuff. Glog, of course, has gifted many things over the years to the channel, for sure.
Some prefer to call it cursed.
But I really appreciate that.
But I see all
Thank
of this
you.
magic as a blessing. I walk the broken hills and ravines.
I believe so, Vandelf, although now it's been for a while, so now I'm kind of like... I'm trying to remember in my head, like, when did I do that?
Fiery breath and knowing whisper.
Yep, that's right, and they're both subbed. So, thank you, Glog. I really appreciate that. Thank you again.
I hold it as dear as any fae. But my time had come. However, I took a piece of the cradle with me, a part of a weapon I was meant to protect. I'd earned that right.
I'll show you what my quest list looks like in just a minute, Vandal. I'd like your staff.
That's laughable. I don't know you. I don't trust you. And I don't like the looks of you.
Yeah, but I'm better than you. I will return it.
You appeal to me using your mortal sense of guilt, something I truly do not understand. However, my role in the telling does not include Riven or Tarsus. Take my staff. The peace you seek is within. May it bring clarity to the deep slumber.
Thanks.
Go on.
Now I have to forge the staves? The staves? My sub song is really long. You mean it's really great. That's what you mean, Glog. You mean it's really awesome, right? Okay. Oh man. Dun 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 dun. Okay. All right. So what? No. What is this thing? I have to forge them. Find a blacksmith forge. Okay, I have to forge the staff. All right, let's see if I can do that before I wrap up for today. I'm not. Every time you do it, it's victory. Think about it that way, Glog. Every time that sound goes off, it's victory. Okay. Whoops. Okay, is the forge back here? Aha. Wait, no. What the heck? Salvage the 3 staves. Okay, how do I... Oh. Yeah, I don't have that. I do have my Patreon still, but I don't do the PayPal support just because it's like there's other impacts of doing it that way, honestly, Glog, and so this way I can kind of manage it better, I think is what I would say. So they have like a quest thing or whatever? Right. I don't understand. I'm not getting this. So what? How do I put together? I don't. Do I salvage this? Okay. I have it saved, so if this is wrong, that's okay. Okay. I'm just gonna name it this for now. Okay, I think I did that right. Ender's Fire. I'm usually the same, Vandelf. I'm usually the same. Wait, what? Gloamfrost. Why does it only, wait. Okay. So Gloamfrost, right. What do I do for Gloamfrost? Alright. Craft staff. I have a staff core. I need a shaft? Okay. So I need blacksmithing supplies. I really hope that there are blacksmithing supplies in here.
Oh, it's you.
Do you have blacksmithing supplies, or are you just a
Welcome
healer?
back. Do you require assistance?
Whatever.
Safe travels.
Yeah, I'm pretty much exactly the same. Do I?
Hello there. Hello again. How are you enjoying your visit?
Can I...
Be well.
Does anyone know who's played this game before about the blacksmithing? Is there a blacksmith shop somewhere around here? I saw the forge, but is there a blacksmith shop? Maybe I need to go to a place where I know Aiton has healing. I kind of want to do this before I wrap up this evening, or today, but... Okay, there's a forge in there. Do you have supplies? Why is no one... Don't need that. I need a shop. Shoot. No. Oh, you. Pick up.
Back for more smithy work? Or looking to use the forge on your own? The forge is yours whenever you need. Back for more smithy work? Or look.
You're not gonna let me do the thing?
Whenever you need.
Where do I get... Where do I get staves? I need a shaft. Need a shaft of a staff.
Yes.
Maybe Helmgard Keep? Does anybody know? Anyone have any idea? Wants to help a poor, lonely Fate Weaver out.
Welcome to Helmgard.
I know there's a blacksmith down here. Maybe do you sell blacksmithing
Need
stuff?
something? Unlike Brian, you'll have to pay for what you...
I mean, I actually, what I could do, okay, this looks promising. This.
Bye. Come again
All right,
when
let's
we're
see if
better
that works.
stocked.
What's this?
Ah, interesting, Ramir. I appreciate you checking into it, though. Gloamfrostel. Gloamfrost. Okay. Now I can meet Lord Calor. Now, the only thing I wanted to check here was... Thank you for asking, though. Wow. Okay. $107, 75 lightning, 25 over 10 seconds, plus 20% shocking, 20% shocking, 4 fire, 3 burning damage. Yeah, the problem is it doesn't give me all the benefits. Okay, good. I'm glad that I don't have to worry about this because it's nice, but not nice enough. All right. Meet Lord Calor. That's what I needed. Oh, wait. Let me go back. Repair. You, repair.
What have you broken now?
Shut up. Repair. Repair all. Goodbye.
Aye.
Yeah, it's interesting. We're literally just sending stuff off for blurbs and things like that right now, Ramir, and also reviews. So we're just looking for a lot of different places, YouTubers, you know, bloggers. So any information that people have about possible places to check, you know, because I know a lot about the text, you know, review stuff, but the graphic novel thing is a whole different matter. Okay, I fixed your problem, dude.
The deep slumber predicted your coming, as it did many things about you. You were meant to find the stars, to reforge them, and ultimately to keep them.
Yeah, I don't want
Those
them,
of
though.
my kind do not flinch from the winter, but the nights grow exceptionally cold and the air holds the stench of decay. Mortals, it seems, will outlast us all. Take the staffs, wield them. They have called you as they once called down the lightning and lit the earth with fire. Do not lose heart on your perilous journey. Farewell.
Farewell. The thing is, I don't want your staves because they're not. They're not as good as what I already have. I'm gonna add those to junk, and I don't. Time to sell my awesome staff. He's like, you were meant to hold on to them. It is because of what you've done and your work. I'm going to sell them. You, what? It's over there. It's just a stick. Right. They're not as cool as the chakrams. I'm sorry. All right. That is still up there. Okay, I'm going to go up in that direction. I'm going to head that way. And I'm going to save it. Oops. You jerk. Now I'm going to juggle you. How's that feel? Suck it. a highway robber. Wow.
Thank the gods. Someone's come for me at last. Yes, I am the scoundrel you're looking for. Yes, I stabbed my partner in the back. Do with me what you like. Just please,
exactly, Ridnell.
Please, take the amulet. It's yours.
What?
He lives in Amer. Pompous blowhard going on about his artifact collection to any who would listen. Name's Immundus. Wayne Immundus.
Oh, that guy sucked. That's the guy who kept calling me a fool.
Edwin. He was my partner, and a good one. But soon as I saw the amulet, I had to have it. Stabbed Edwin, took the goods. You can say I paid for my treachery. I've trekked here for several days and nights in search of Sill Hollow, but I've yet to find it. I can't say I'm comfortable here. Too many Fae, too much magic.
Are you Geltfar?
Yes, and I am a thief. Never had a spot of good luck. But taking what belongs to others doesn't make me a bad man, just a weak one.
That's interesting.
It's terrible. Fire, ice, lightning. You will see.
Why so eager?
I'll tell you why. This Fae trinket belonged to Armon the Clever, and it's cursed. Like most, I considered it an old traveler's story. Well, now I'm a believer. It's real. I have the scars to prove it. Your only hope is to give it away, or to travel to Armon's Hollow, in hopes you can remove the curse, which is why I'm here. Please, take the amulet. I am so weak. I cannot withstand its influence. If I possess it any longer, I will surely die. Perhaps the most treacherous and playful Fae ever to walk the green lands of the Summer Court. Evidence of his trickery can be found all over the Phalanx. Armon's Hollow of Sill is not far. Right here
Oh,
in the Cradle
Mancrick's
of
wife.
Summer.
Yep.
That's where I'm headed now. It is my salvation. Legend says that Armon crafted it by combining lightning, fire, and frost. An arcane trick he stole from the Scholia Arcana. All I know is what I've seen. Once that amulet is in your possession, it will torture you. Only the strongest can withstand its punishment.
Great.
Only one such as you.
Alright, I'll take it.
What a relief. You have no idea how long I've been trying to abandon that damn thing. In order to be rid of its curse, you must take the amulet to Armon's Hollow of Sill and cleanse it. Armon wishes to make you enter his lair and face its many dangers.
Great.
But once you've done that, the amulet is yours to keep. If you ask me, it's a high price to pay.
I know,
for a rather
Glog, right?
dull trinket.
I guess.
It is ancient, they say. As old as the Cradle of Summer itself. Armon the Clever calls it his home, even though no one has reported seeing Armon for centuries. I'm sorry, but you took the amulet from me willingly. I won't touch it again. Go to the Hollow of Sill. It's the only way to cleanse the curse. That was my plan.
Alright.
Goodbye.
So let's find out what it does that's so bad. Eye of Amen. Plus 5% health. Okay. Well, I hope it does even cooler stuff once we deal with that. Alright. Okay. Gonna head in that direction. A little bit. Okay. Look up here. Out of my face, rat. You dirty rat. Seal. Okay. Cool. So that, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait. We got one cool thing here.
Look to these
Cradle of
open
Summerstone.
plains
Then we go
nestled
back and
where
save it.
mire and rocky deserts cease, where the hungry forests end. In the bosom of the Feylands, these fields are home to the languid sky. This work, shaped by the delicate artistry of
Afternoon's
an
dinner
inspired
docket.
painter, is for all the peoples of all
Well,
lands.
tonight on GOG, we have got more Blood and Wine, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Blood and Wine. And then this evening for dinner, I think we've got salmon burgers that my mother-in-law is making. And if I can get a little bit of writing done actually right after that, I might actually even pop on and play a little more of this because my family is not here anyway. So I might even do that. It's possible. So why is this not politically correct? Oh, I always hurt nature. I prune nature. I garden it, Glog. I garden it. See, it's a totally different scenario. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's dark because I've got no light on because I'm trying to keep it cool in this place, but I'm going to have to now, finally, at the last. All right, let me turn this on. See, and then I can turn the light above me up, but the light above there is the one that's super hot, and so yeah, it's a thing. Strange gardening. I should just that to my parents. Okay. Good. What is that? Oh, because of Steam and everything else. Okay. 50 hours. Wow. 50 hours on this game. Okay, cool. Well, folks, that is going to do it for me. I'm going to head on out of here because I have, in about 20 minutes, I'm going to be over on GOG.com playing The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Blood and Wine. I am looking forward to that. It has been a lot of fun. The DLCs have been great. Like Hearts of Stone, as I said, I think is even better for me anyway. It was better than the main game. I really liked Hearts of Stone, and I've really enjoyed what I've played so far of Blood and Wine. So we're going to see how much more of that I feel about it. But I'm going to be playing this, and then I will be leaving The Witcher 3 behind and moving on to something else. But I've really enjoyed the experience. I was glad that we got back to it because DLCs are great. Hey, what's up, Thor? Yeah, exactly, Mosky. They're great. I really like them a lot. So, but that's going to do it for me for now. There is an off chance I might be back this evening for some impromptu Kingdoms of Amalur. That's possible. But I do want to let people know that after my stream tonight, beyond that, tomorrow night, Community D&D has been rescheduled to next Wednesday. So tomorrow night, I'm actually going to be streaming with my good friend Zach Clay and GC Darkside Rob for a co-op Destiny 2 stream, PS4. So if any of you are interested in watching a little bit more Destiny 2 shenanigans, we are going to be doing that tomorrow evening. So you can check us out there as well. But otherwise, I'm going to be over on GOG, as I say, in about a little over 15 minutes now, to be able to play some more Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Blood and Wine. If you like what you saw and heard, please follow the channel. Check out the YouTube with !ArvTube, Discord with !ArvCord, Twitter with !ArvTweets. Website for that is arvanelleron.com. Shop is !ArvShop. Merchandise in various areas. Don't forget Adventures of Middle-earth. Big surprise about that coming up next Tuesday, a week from now. !ArvTrayon for the Patreon. That really does make a difference, so thank you for supporting that if you can. And that sub button, which was so kindly used by Glog today to give out 10 gift subs. So thank you so much because it really does make a difference. I really appreciate that. And welcome to everyone who is a sub and has gotten some of the awesome emotes that we have available for people as well, / custom sub badges and stuff like that. But thank you again, Glog, for that. I appreciate that. I want to thank everyone for being awesome today. And I want to remind you all as well about the publishing, !Icarus, for details about Icarus and Jelinek graphic novels. Again, I'll have a reading for that coming up on Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. EDE Bell will be reading on my channel, and then I will be reading 7:30 with some excerpts from Icarus and Jelinek. Then we have... So we have that library is Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library, which is, of course, my D&D 5th edition adventure and sourcebook out from Alligator Alley Entertainment. On sale right now at DriveThruRPG for only $10, but you can also get it in print very shortly. The final proofs are going off now, so I cannot wait to see those in print. It's going to be awesome. And then last but certainly not least, Grayshade KS. For more details about my Grayshade Kickstarter, I'll be announcing in a couple of weeks whether that Kickstarter is going to happen in October or February. One or the other, it's dependent on manufacturing and stuff that's out of my control, and frankly, even the company's control. But I'll know one way or the other if it's going to be October or February, and I should know that and announce it in the next couple of weeks. Last, exclamation point BLM, Black Lives Matter. We've talked a lot about that on this channel. It is extremely important to continue to focus on issues of equality and justice, and specifically along those lines, and so you'll be able to see resources to support as well, and that is much appreciated. But that is going to do it for me for today. Thank you so much to my wonderful mods, Rudinel, Dragonspear, Hilness, of course, Glog, and Thorg. Thank you again, Glog, for your generosity. I appreciate it, and good to see you as always. Thank you to my subscribers, Rudinel, Dragonspear, Hilness. Glog is going to count as part of that because of all the gift subs. Arenth, Marinda, Mosky, Mrs. Dunsel, and Salonis. Thank you to all of those. Good to see you again, Salonis. Thank you to my viewers, 1FPS, Third Colon. Is that right? 30 Admiral KK, another TT viewer, Artisan, Clarinet Charlie, that's pretty good, Commander Root, Comrade Deface, ECAG, Electrical Longboard, Gigafrost, Gorgar, Holto Coleman, Jagtris, Juharu, Kurju, Lurks, Michelsi, Nocturne, Ramir, Redlear, Remistino, Sarex, Thorazon, U. Christensen, Uncle Elias, V&K, Vandal, Fiddy Store Cowboy, Virgo Praz, and Wenchkin. Good to see all of you. Thanks everyone so much for the generosity and the fun chat. Might be back later on this evening with some more of this on my own channel. But in any case, in just about 15 minutes over on GOG for Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Blood and Wine. So no raid. I will see you folks over there in just a few short minutes. Otherwise, everyone be good to each other. Thanks so much for today, and I'll see you folks soon. Have a good day.